Hello and welcome to another screencast by USCHOOL Solutions. In this short demo, we are going to look at how to set up our daily assessment. The daily assessment is the Montessori setup or system where the school notifies parents daily on key areas or performance of their child in certain areas. So let's get right in. Like all areas of USCHOOL, you need to have access or permission to do what you would want to do before you can be able to do them. So to begin with, we set up the permission for who can do this. So permission is under settings, administration, manage permissions. So we want to give our school administrator the permission to be able to add that is set up the daily assessment, and that is under academic settings. So under academic settings, we have a new permission here, manage daily assessments. So I select it, then I assign the selected permission. So now the the administrator has access to manage the daily permission. So how does he do that? He basically set it up in a system for the teachers to use. So to do that, we come to settings, it's under academic settings, then we see daily assessment here. So when you click on daily assessment, we have two main things here. We have assessment areas and assessment remarks. The assessment areas has to do with the areas that you want to assess. So we select each section. So you can have these assessments for the different sections of the school. So I can select my crèche, and I want to assess their feeding, their daily feeding habits. I also want to look at how playful they were in the day. So I want to assess their playfulness. I want to also assess how they frequented the washroom or how they use the washroom. So these are the three things I've added so far. Let me add, okay, their skin, whether they have some irritations or they have a clear skin. And maybe I want to see how they drank water, their water consumption for the day. So by adding this, these are the 5 main areas I want to access daily for my crèche. You can add on as many areas of assessment you would want. But for my school, these are the 5 main areas of concern for me that I want to be notifying parents daily on how their children are faring in these areas. You can add on as and when you want. So now, the beauty of this is we do not give you one assessment remark for all of these. Each of these areas of assessment can be assessed differently. So when I select my crèche, now I get all the areas of assessment for my crèche. So the areas of assessment, I choose what I want for each of them. So I select feeding. How am I going to grade their feeding? I mean, how am I going to assess their feeding? Okay, I can say was satisfactory. So their feeding was satisfactory. And I see. Okay, so it is satisfactory. So you can see you have it here. Then I can say, okay, so her feeding, I want to give her just two, the other satisfactory or unsatisfactory. Sorry, or satisfactory or unsatisfactory. So we have these two here. Then I can check her playfulness. I can say very active, active, and say not active. Okay, so as you can see, I have different ways of assessing the various assessment areas. So for feeding, I'm using satisfactory, unsatisfactory. For playfulness, I'm using very active, active, not active. So for washroom, I'm just going to use adequate and inadequate. So inadequate. Skin, I'll say clear and not clear. So you can have your own ways of assessing the various. So water, I would say they had adequate water. They drank adequately or inadequate. Great. So we are done with the setup of our various assessment areas and their remarks. So once this is done, then teachers are ready to use this to assess the children on their daily assessment. So once this is done, I've done the assessment for feeding, for playfulness, for washroom, for skin, and for water. So these are my areas of concern. So how do the teachers do this? I mean, how do the teachers fill these daily remarks for the children? To do that, we switch to the teachers portal, which is Rosinante. So I'm currently logged in. Solomon is logged in. So I come to assessment, then I have daily assessments. So automatically the assessment date is set by the system. So the assessment date has to be done on that particular date. You cannot go back. This is automatically set. So this is Monday, January 20th, 2025. So I'll have all the classes for which I'm the class teacher. So this is also to be done by the class masters. So I select my crèche, then I get my list. So these are the list of students. So you can see assessment for today for all of them, not done, not done, not done, not done. So to do this, I go to assessments. Then I get the student details and whether the assessment has been done for today. Also, you'll see it here. So I select feeding, and you can see I have satisfactory or unsatisfactory. So if feeding was satisfactory, I select satisfactory. Then the teacher can add any further comments that he wants. So maybe I will say Esther ate heartily today. And say she enjoyed. Playfulness, I can say she was very active. I can say played well with friends. Washroom, okay, let's say it's adequate. I can say maybe visited twice, 2 times today. The skin was clear. I will say no visible cuts or rashes. Water, I'll say she drank adequately. Also, let's note, you are not obliged to fill the comments. It is not mandatory to fill the comments. So for water, I'm going to leave it empty. So once this is filled, I just click Save All, and that is done. So you can see I have this assessment. Today's assessment is populated here. I can make changes as many times as I want. So let's say now I change my mind. I want to have a comment for water. Let's say emptied her water bottle today. So I can just do that and just update, save, and it will automatically update what I did. So basically, this is how the teachers assess the students. So you come back and now you see Esther's is done. So I can go to the next person, that's Yusuf. And I can begin the process. Very active, adequate, clear, adequate. And this time I don't want to add any comments. And That is it. I'm done. So this is how the teachers will be doing the basic assessment, the daily assessment for the children for the day. So now that the teachers have done it, how do the parents get it? So once the teachers fill in the assessment, the system sends an automatic email alert to the parents. So this is a sample of the email I have received. So you can see the name of the school, then student daily assessment, then student number, name of student, gender, class, and the assessment date. So we have here, click on the link below to view the assessment. So this is the assessment, the view, and the link is encrypted. So for the parents to view the assessment, all you do is just click on this link. That is all. You just click on the link to view the assessment for the day. So you just click on the link, and this will take you to the student's app assessment. So parents do not need to log in. They do not need to do anything. Just by clicking the link, you have the day's assessment for your child. So once it is set up, the teacher does the assessment. Parent receive email notification with a link to view the assessment. And that is it. So this is it. Okay, Esther's image is not showing because her image has not been uploaded to a file. If it was on file, you see her image here as well. So this in effect is USCHOOL's daily assessment. Thank you for your time and have a great day.